The late Sally Mugabe was the first wife of the late Robert Mugabe and the First Lady of Zimbabwe from 1987 until her death in 1992. She was affectionately known to Zimbabweans as Amaya, meaning mother, in the Shona language. Sally was the mother of the nation, so to speak. Sally Mugabe was born Sally Francesca Hayfron in 1931 in the then Gold Coast, now Ghana, then a British colony. Sally and her twin sister, Esther Hayfron, were raised in a political family which was part of the growing nationalist politics in the colonial Gold Coast. She went to Achimota School, then went on to university to study, before qualifying as a teacher. According to history, Sally met her future husband-to-be, Robert Mugabe, in the Gold Coast, at the Tekoradi Teacher Training College, where they were both teaching, and went with him to southern Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, where they were married in April 1961, in Salisbury. As a trained teacher, who asserted her position as an independent political activist and campaigner, Sally demonstrated this activism as early as 1962, when she was active in mobilizing African women to challenge the Southern Rhodesian Constitution. She was charged with sedition and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. Part of the sentence was suspended. In 1967, Sally went into exile in London and resided in Ealing Broadway, West London. Her stay in Britain was financed, at least in part, by the British Ariel Foundation, which was a charity founded in 1960. She spent the next 8 years of her life agitating and campaigning for the release of political detainees in Rhodesia, including her husband, Robert Mugabe, who had been arrested in 1964 and was to remain incarcerated for 10 years. Their only son, Nomozedi Nika, who was born in 1963, during this period of detention and imprisonment, succumbed to a severe attack of malaria and died in Ghana in 1966. Mugabe was prevented from attending the burial of his son. Also, Sally's father died in 1970. The British Home Office attempted to deport her in 1970, but after her husband, still in prison, petitioned the then British Prime Minister, Harold Wilson, and the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, she was given British residency. Her case for residency was supported by 2 British government ministers, in particular, Labour MP, Maurice Foley, and the Conservative peer, Lord Lothian. With Robert Mugabe's release in 1975, and subsequent departure for Mozambique with Edgar Tkr, Sally rejoined her husband in Maputo. Here, she cast herself in the new role of a mother figure to the thousands of refugees created by the Rhodesian Bush War. This was what earned her the popular title, Amaya, which means mother, in the Shona language of Zimbabwe. In 1978, she was elected ZANU-PF Deputy Secretary for the Women's League. In 1980, she had to make a quick adjustment to a new and national role of the wife of Zimbabwe's first black Prime Minister. She officially became the First Lady of Zimbabwe in 1987, when her husband became the second President of Zimbabwe. She was elected Secretary General of the ZANU-PF Women's League at the party's Congress of 1989. Sally also founded the Zimbabwe Child Survival Movement. She launched the Zimbabwe Women's Cooperative in the UK in 1986, and supported Akina Mamawa Africa, a London-based African women's organisation, focusing on development and women's issues in Africa and the United Kingdom. Sally Mugabe was taken ill of kidney failure, and she died on the 27th of January 1992. Upon her death, she was interred at the National Heroes Acre, in Harare, Zimbabwe. In 2002, to mark the 10th anniversary of her death, Zimbabwe issued a set of 5 postage stamps, of a common design, using 2 different photographs, each photograph appearing on 2 of the denominations. Sally Mugabe is remembered fondly with love and affection, as she is still considered the founding mother of the nation of Zimbabwe. Some people have asserted that the prosperous nation of Zimbabwe started going down after the death of Sally Mugabe. Also, the circumstance surrounding the illness and subsequent death of Sally Mugabe itself is subjected to suspected foul play, but this can be left to anyone's imagination. Please check in the description box below for the links to the sources of this report. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share and subscribe.